So this morning our lesson is about right triangle trigonometry. This is 9.1. Today we will evaluate trigonometric functions of acute angles. To begin with, let's start by going over the core vocabulary in this lesson. First is right triangle. A right triangle, basically it has one right angle and the two remaining angles will be acute angles. What are acute angles? Acute angles are any angles that has a measurement of 1 degree to 89. So it's between 0 and 90 degrees. Reciprocal, when you say reciprocal, this is the multiplicative inverse of a fraction. For example, a over b. The reciprocal of a over b is b over a. So in layman's term, when you say reciprocal, we just flip. Okay, we just exchange the numerator and the denominators. Complementary angles. So two angles are said to be complementary if their sum is 90 degrees. So when you say complementary angles, it involves two angles whose measurement is or whose sum is 90 degrees. Now, hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is a part of a right triangle. This is basically the longest side. So for example, here, this is the hypotenuse. Okay, this is actually the opposite side of the right angle. When you say opposite side, in layman's term, that's the side in front. Okay, that's the side in front of the 90-degree angle. Now, next is Pythagorean theorem. When you say Pythagorean theorem, it states that the area of the square whose side is the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the areas of the squares on the other two sides. So in this example here, um, C here, if we square the length of C here, that will be equivalent to the sum of the square of the two legs. So this is now our formula for Pythagorean theorem. Moving on, trigonometric functions. We have six trigonometric functions, namely sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, and cotangent. Now, we have here the right triangle definitions of trigonometric functions. Let this symbol here, that symbol is called the theta. So whenever we are solving for an angle, it is the theta, okay, that we use to pertain to that angle. So whenever you see that same symbol there, theta, it means an angle. So we have here the six trigonometric functions. Sine theta, to solve for the sine theta, we get the ratio of the opposite side and the hypotenuse side. Going back from the previous slide, if this is your hypotenuse, okay, and this is your theta, the opposite side will be here, okay, and the adjacent side will be here. Now remember, adjacent side and opposite side will depend on the given theta. For example, the theta is over here. Assuming that the theta is here, now this will be now your opposite side. This will be now your opposite side, and that will be your adjacent side. So your adjacent and opposite will depend on the given theta, while the hypotenuse will always be the longest side, and it is the opposite side of the right angle. Moving on. So cosine now will be the ratio of your adjacent side and your hypotenuse. Tangent will be the ratio of your opposite side and your adjacent side. Now, if you try to observe here, CSC stands for cosecant. Cosecant is actually the reciprocal of your sine because sine is opposite over hypotenuse and cosecant is hypotenuse over the opposite side. Or cosecant can also be expressed as 1 over sine theta. Same thing with secant. It is the reciprocal of your cosine, hypotenuse over the adjacent, cotangent, the reciprocal of your tangent, which is adjacent over opposite side.